Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So we got some news from yesterday's practice, some things that really are starting to make me more happy, more comfortable, and damn, we are cross-training another Philadelphia Eagle, and his name is Sydney Brown.
We better turn. Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
It's really nice that the Eagles did make moves this week on top of the Eagles looking at this defensive roster and saying, what do we have to make a position that really needs change right now? And I think with the Josh Jobe situation, I think the Eagles have been kind of testing Josh Jobe ever since he started. And unfortunately, losing Avonte Maddox, losing Zech McPherson, and, moving Bradbury to the inside, I think they have to quit doing that. And I think this has put a stop to it. Obviously, we got a first look at Bradley Roby at practice the other day, and they didn't waste any time with him, okay? He has started at the nickel spot. So I think as of right now, and we saw the news from the other day regarding the roster that the Philadelphia Eagles did sign Bradley Roby to the practice squad. I think that is going to change. I think he will. I think as a step-by-step process, I think they put him on practice squad first, and I think by the end of the week, this is what I'm hoping, okay, because you're not signing him to be on the practice squad. You're signing him to start, a vet that's going to start, and he will be on the active roster later this week. The problem is, who are you going to let go of, or at least protect on the practice squad this week if you're going to bring Bradley Roby up? Because obviously Braden Mann, the new punter, this will be the third week where it will stick. Well, he'll go to the active roster, and after the third time he's on the active roster, he'll be on the active roster the rest of the year. So we'll see what happens with that. But Bradley Roby, they didn't waste any time with him playing at nickel, and I think he will start this week. I'm hoping that's the plan going into it. But the practice news from the other day was really interesting too, because not only did Bradley Roby play at the nickel spot, they have been cross-training Sydney Brown into that nickel spot, which is great. Throw him into the fire. This is all I'm asking for. Like, they have got to start cross-training a lot more guys. I mean, Sydney Brown is a future piece. And what I like about Sydney Brown so much is that he has that effort. Okay, he's got that extra effort. Doesn't give up on plays. Doesn't give up on breaking a pass up. That's what I really like about him. He covers a short area with his feet very well. Covers the area very well. He's got very good elusiveness. I mean, he can get through. I mean, he's nice in traffic. He makes good tackles, and he packs a punch. He's a pretty hard hitter as well. We just want to see more of that. We know what he can do on special teams. We see him at safety add a couple points of this season, but we need him full-time doing something here. Now, you're going to have Justin Evans and Sydney Brown back this week, so Terrell Edmunds is god horrible. Okay, not only can he not catch an easy pick that would allow Washington to score when the defense literally gave it to you. That football was coming down like a feather. I mean, that's how slow that ball was coming down in slow motion. We've seen what the safeties can do. I think Justin Evans has had his quirks in the beginning of the season and really started to, settle down a little bit. And I think he's actually played a little bit better. Not saying he's great, not saying he's horrible, terrible, garbage, but I think he's played pretty solid. And Sydney Brown is a rookie, and I think they just need to throw him around and see what he could do. And we know what he could pretty much do, but can he get better? And I think he can. I think this is a future safety for you here, with Reed Blankenship costing absolutely nothing for the Eagles as another undrafted free agent. Sydney Brown is the third-round pick right now, has got to get shots, and I think this is the time to cross-train him and let him know two positions. I think the biggest loss of this defense was Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Just if Avonte Maddox got hurt twice last year, he was able to move into the inside until Avonte Maddox came back from 2 injuries, which is kind of nuts. So it's so nice to see that Sydney Brown has been cross-trained this week at nickel, from safety to nickel, which is great. You get 2 of your safeties back, and I'm telling you right now, I think they are working towards bringing Bradley Roby to the active roster. Okay, Bradley Roby had a lot. Okay, Bradley Roby had a lot of interest from a lot of other teams. Now, the only other team I know that he worked out for, was the San Francisco 49ers. And I'm surprised he didn't sign there. Maybe because he wasn't going to be a starting corner there. I think the main reason he didn't sign over there was because he wasn't going to start. I think he didn't want to be a backup. I think the only reason he signed here, number one, this team is 4-0. Number two, it's the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think he likes this city. Number three, this is definitely a team that has a big shot at getting into a Super Bowl, or at least winning a championship this year. If they fix what they do on both sides of the ball and they clean some things up, I think this team is, they're going to reach the mountaintop at some point. I think there's a really good chance that they will. But I take every game week by week, don't make a big deal about it. So I'm not going to make a big deal about any of it. So nice to see those practice news from yesterday that they're moving Sidney Brown all over the place. They're moving him from safety to nickel. And, this is what happens when you end up getting injuries. You can always move guys around and not miss a beat. There's teams out there where they lose one guy and then they just fall apart the rest of the season, and I think Bradbury had to move back to the outside. And Josh Job's not a bad player, but just if he comes in for a game or two or because of injuries, I don't mind that. But as a pure starter for the rest of the year, he's just not ready. And, I think for an undrafted free agent, I think Josh Job played good for what he is. There's no doubt. I thought he played solid for a couple games, but, honestly, these guys just sometimes they fall apart a little bit, and I don't think Job played, the worst corner I've ever seen play. Definitely not. There's definitely something there that we could pick after with him. So it's nice to have that depth if you need it. And then kind of going down in general, Jake Elliott, it looks like he has gotten NFC Player of the Week, which is great. This is the second Special Teams Player of the Week. This is the second time he's gotten it. And obviously, I think he had 3 field goals, including, I forgot what he had. I know he had obviously the game winner against Washington, but man, he's been clutch. This guy might be the next Justin Tucker, guys. I mean, luckily we have a kicker that could, Jake Elliott, even this week was practicing kicking 70-yard field goals, 70 to 72 yards. I think he missed a 70. I think he made a 72. He's been really working on his craft and becoming a franchise kicker for us. And these kickers are they're not easy to find. They're really not. And Jake Elliott, from when he got here in 2017, I think that was his first year, or was it 16? I think it was 17, and has been just absolutely amazing for us, and can't complain about it at all. So I thought that was really good. And going into the injury report for the Philadelphia Eagles, for the rest of who's coming back, Britton Covey has a concussion. He did not practice. The league is getting a lot more strict on the concussions now. And I think if you get a concussion in a game, I think you're automatically out for the next game. So that kind of sucks, So who are they going to put at punt return? I did not hear anything on who they have at punt return. Is it Quez? Is it Greg Ward? Or is it Oz? Those are the only 3 I can really think of. Devin Allen, maybe, but I don't see them giving him a chance anytime soon, since they really don't give him any chance. Fletcher Cox did not practice with a back injury. I think they're just resting him at this point. I think he'll play this week. I think they're literally just resting him. Cam Jurgens is definitely going to be out. Sua Opeta will be taking over the right guard spot, and I have a lot of faith in Sua Opeta. Been with this offense for the past few years. He went into that game against Washington. He was perfectly fine. Sua Opeta is a very good, serviceable right guard for us. He plays both guard spots. And Jeff Stalin, anything that he does, everything that he switches around with this offensive line, I have, full, potential of saying that I have no issue with this move. And if Jurgens is going to miss a few weeks, that's perfectly fine. I think Opeta can get the job done. You have Marlon Tupelutu with a triceps injury, did not practice. We'll see how that goes the rest of the week. We talked about Sidney Brown and Justin Edmonds coming back, so Terrell Edmonds can get out of this defense for a bit and let these 2 guys really play, because I think they played better. Terrell Edmonds is, it's just god-awful. And Quez Watkins was a full practice. Quez is coming back. Are they going to use Quez? Are they going to use Oz more? Is there a competition now? I think Oz has won the job. I'm sorry. Been very disappointed in how much that, Quez has been injured as of right now. And people are like, oh, well, Quez is back. We can finally use that vertical threat. I'm letting you know right now, Oz can run. Oz can run routes. Oz can get separation, okay? They just haven't given him that play yet. And I'm telling you, once we see that play, I'm telling you right now, you are going to see that burn opportunity, what he could do with his legs. We just haven't seen it yet because they haven't really dialed up a play for Zacchaeus yet, okay? So I'm wondering if maybe they'll mix in Quez for certain plays. I don't know. Got to see how he is, how he's doing. To have Quez back, there was rumors that the Eagles were going to sign another receiver, that they've been looking for another one. I don't know. I figured Quez was going to be out for another week. That's what I thought, because sometimes these hammies just don't hold up. Depending on the person, sometimes these hammies come back, and they just can't get, can't do anything for a hammy except sit and let it heal. You can't really do much for a hamstring injury. So we'll see how that goes at wide receiver 3 going forward. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. So Bradley Roby, Sidney Brown getting a lot of reps at nickel. I think Bradley Roby will get to the active roster at the end of the week. I'll be shocked if he doesn't, because I know they don't want to play Bradbury on the inside. I think they're done with that avenue, and I think they're done with Job as of right now. Job's a nice backup for us that can come in for a game or two, but as a pure starter the rest of the year, like I said, not a big fan of it. Jake Elliott is getting a lot of praise right now from the league and for what he's been doing. He's been NFC Special Team Player of the Week 2 times already this season, and I'm getting ready for the Rams on Sunday. I'm getting ready to go. This defense is going to play lights out another week, and the offense needs some work too. So you guys let me know what you guys think about Sidney Brown, cross-training, all that great stuff. And that was the update for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shakes, what follows. Peace out, guys. Peace.